Was never like a huge pinball person, but I think that all of us may agree, like if you ever went to an arcade, you're gonna hit the pinball machine at least a couple times, full tilt. But I was always an air hockey person. Now that I can get down with. Anyways, welcome back everyone to the channel. I hope that you're having a wonderful day out there. We are listening to the track, of course, entitled Pinball. This is performed by Brian Protheroe, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. This is off of his album Pinball, which was released, that is not right, which was released, let me find it, 1974. This is a recommendation by Floating Anarchy. Floating Anarchy, you better ground yourself, because you're floating away. Anyway, so I've never heard of Mr. Brian Protheroe, but we're going to go ahead and listen to it now. So, Floating Anarchy, you said that this is a forgotten classic. Well, let's go ahead and remember it. I was trying to think of something cool to say. Let's go ahead and listen to it. We'll talk, we'll talk about it after. Here we go, guys.
And I've run out of pale ale, and I feel like I'm in jail, and my music bores me once again. And I've been on the pinball, and I no longer know it all. And they say that you never know when you're insane. Got fleas in the bedroom, got flies in the bathroom, and the cat just finished off the bread. So I walk over Soho, and I read about Monroe, and I wonder, was she really what they said?
Okay.
Got a call from a good friend, come on down for the weekend. Didn't know if I could spare the time. I knew a woman who was crazy,
This is nice.
about a boy who was lazy, but it didn't work out cause they just couldn't make it rhyme. Hey Jude, you were alright, I could have grooved with you all night, but you turned your back on the party game. Yeah. Mama, if I keep my head clean, will I really have a good dream? Or will I wake up in confusion just the same?
What kind of change is this? When was this released?
And I run out of pale ale, been on the pinball, and I feel like I'm in, and I no longer know. Got fleas in my bedroom, I walk over Soho. Got flies in the bath, and I read about Monroe. Got a call from a good friend, a woman who was crazy, about a boy who was lazy. Jude, you were alright, if I keep my head clean, will I really have a good dream? I've been on the pale, and I've been on the pale, and I feel like a pinball. I feel like a pinball, and I feel like a pinball, and I feel like a pinball.
This, no, I'm sorry. It was still going out, I'm sorry. This was a very, very unexpected track. This is a track that started out on a straight road. You could see the horizon. You knew what's coming up. You see the road signs. You're like, okay, I know where I'm going. And then out of nowhere, you realize that all those signs, that horizon was a mirage, and the song takes a left turn. And you're like, okay, it's not what I was expecting. And yet I am very happily surprised for this particular detour. So in the beginning, I'm like, okay, this is a nice acoustic song, kind of folky. He has a nice voice. It's sounding good. Let's keep going, and go we do. And then as he's describing different scenes and imagery in his lyrics, such as the cat, you hear a little cat. There's a little bit of synth that plays. There's these little things that just start to appear. And not even in like a kind of calm ramping up, although of course you could argue that the song does. More as in little sprinklings, little bites. You're like, huh, what was that? Did I actually see that? Oh, what was that in the corner of my eye? Did I actually see that? And as you begin to question what you heard, everything begins to move and to come into full view. Then the saxophone comes in. Really cool blowings as well, because I like how it's not this new instrument that, of course, sounds so fresh and completely takes over the song. Once again, just perfect little dabs within the song. The drums that come in are a nice touch. The drums that come in on the back half are an even nicer touch that I wasn't expecting to hear. This kind of breakdown, because it almost sounds like a little bit of a trip-hop-ish breakdown at the very end with those drums, the particular sound and production on them, and the mood of everything changes. If you listen to the ending of the song compared to the beginning, you may think that you're listening to two different songs. I mean, right? Even if I skip into the verse, let me...
Eyes in the bathroom,
right?
and the cat just
And then compared to like where you end up, that is just so cool how that was done and how seamlessly that was all done. I'm very impressed with that. That was a cool track. Let's look at these lyrics though. And I've run out of pale ale and I feel like I'm in jail and my music bores me once again. I've been on the pinball and I no longer know it all, and they say that you never know when you're insane. So he feels like a pinball, something that's been flung, thrown, hitting this, hitting that, some good, some bad, but right now he doesn't exactly know where he is. Got fleas in my bedroom, got flies in my bathroom, and the cat just finished off the bread. So I walk over Soho and I read about Monroe and I wonder, was she really what they said? Got a call from a good friend, come on down for the weekend. Didn't know if I could spare the time. I knew a woman who was crazy about a boy who was lazy, but it didn't work out because they couldn't make it rhyme. I imagine that's going to be a little bit self-reflecting there. He is the boy who was lazy, and there was a woman who was crazy about him, but as it says, they just couldn't make it rhyme. Their rhyme just never lined up. Hey Jude, you were all right. I could have grooved with you all night. I like a little Beatles reference in there. But you turned your back on the party game. Mama, if I keep my head clean, will I really have a good dream? Or will I wake up in confusion just the same? Like, is it really worth it? If I put energy into good, am I going to get it reflected back to me? Or no matter what I do, is it all just going to end up like a pinball machine? And I've run out of pale ale, and I feel like I'm in jail. And he actually just repeats that as it goes back and forth there. But of course, that's the moment where, yes, we do have that first verse repeated, but now with this echoing back and forth of his own voice, kind of but colliding with himself. I guess in a sense, kind of like when you do play pinball, it's when you get like the multi-ball thing, and now you have a bunch of them. Now it's kind of colliding back and forth with each other. You don't know, you have no control of everything. Everything is just chaos. You're racking up points, but you're losing more balls than you had in the first place. And where do you end up? Full tilt. Sometimes it works. It says that this is an autobiographical song written while he was living in a friend's flat in Covent Garden. Released as his first single after he signed with Chrysalis. Upon release, it was his only hit, hitting number 22 on the UK singles chart in 1974. And then there's some more information about this particular track, but I can't find out who's playing what. I'm imagining he's probably singing. I'm imagining he may be playing guitar, but I don't have any references or notes on who's actually playing the drums, the saxophone, you know. Actually, I lied. I'm seeing it right now. Tony Coe is playing the saxophone on this particular track, who's played with a lot of people. Just to pull out a few names. Derek Bailey, Al Gray. I'm looking for names I recognize, but I can't say that I do. Also with Melody Floor, Kenny Clark, Georgie Fame. I actually do not see one name that I'm familiar with. I think I've seen the name The Hollies. Nucleus, okay. John Martin on Solitaire. Oh, okay, he's played on Solitaire. Caravan for girls who grow up plump in the night. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. He's played with many. Richard Sinclair. Okay, I just need to scroll down. So I've heard him before. I just didn't realize it. Didn't recognize the name. Anyways, cool track though. Let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. Follow me in a bunch of places that are here on the screen. It might be spinning on the screen. It might be fading in the screen. I don't know what it does. Sometimes I just choose a random effect and toss it on there. Thank you all so much for being here though. Come back tomorrow. I'll see you all later. Bye.